My name is J.W. Oker, and I have found myself in the town of Boltonboro, New Hampshire with a little bit of time to kill, so I figured I would go see an old friend named Claude Rains, the famous actor from such films as Casablanca, Lawrence of Arabia, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, now Voyager. But of course, the reason why he's on my radar, the reason why I'm such a fan of his, is because he was the Invisible Man, the Universal Studios monster film, Invisible Man. It's his first ever Hollywood role, in fact, and he really got a role. Probably one of the more diabolical of all the Universal Studios monster films. He wasn't a misunderstood monster or a beast. He was a megamaniacal mass murderer. When he became that way because of, obviously, a serum that caused him to become invisible, but nevertheless, he was a pretty bad dude. He would also go on to play Larry Talbot's father in The Wolfman. So he was the guy that actually got to take out the Wolfman with the silver-handled cane to discover to his horror that he had just killed his son. And then he was also Phantom of the Opera in the 1940s Universal Studios version of that movie. So huge, set of horror roles that should have put him up there with, Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi, except that he was able to kind of escape that horror actor rep and broaden his appeal to the point that he became, or is rumored to have become, the first ever actor to receive $1 million for a single role in a single film. But he's buried in New Hampshire because that's where he lived out, the rest of his life. He's British born, spent a lot of his time obviously in New York and Hollywood, but eventually retired to the state of New Hampshire. And I want to show you his grave. It's in Red Hill Cemetery on Bean Road. It's a tiny little cemetery, Red Hill Cemetery is, so it's really easy to find his grave. Also because his stone is so uniquely designed. There's a lot of snow on the ground, but in the fall this place is alive with color. You can see the mountain backdrop and his stark black bullet-shaped graves. And there he is, Claude Rains, right beneath my feet, where he's been since 1967. Beside him is his wife, and on the ground are the remnants of old pumpkins. They do this really cool thing, or somebody does, every autumn, where they bring pumpkins, and those bright orange spheres look great against the black tombstones. Of course, I guess they don't always take them away, so they just sit here and rot under the snow. But there you go. Like I said, really small graveyard right in the middle of a few houses, residential area. The town of Boltonboro, New Hampshire. The Invisible Man.
Claude Rains was the Invisible Man.